we get into this video, guys, I just want to make a quick announcement. For some of you that may know David with the purple RX-7, the SR swapped RX-7, he actually got into a pretty crazy car accident. David's fine, however, the car is not. I probably have a picture on the screen right now for you guys to check it out. It's just not pretty. I can't imagine what he's going through right now, but I really wanted to make this kind of just little part of the video here to actually maybe see if you guys will be able to help him out. A GoFundMe link is down in the description below, guys. If you guys are able to donate $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm sure it means so much to him. A large crowd can create a huge difference. So that's why I just kind of wanted to add this into the video, guys. By no means do you have to, but it's just one of those things. Insurance is only giving him a tiny fraction of what he has put into this car. It was a beautiful car, awesome car. You don't see too many of them around. So if you guys are willing to help, definitely check out the link below. It would mean so much to him, I'm sure. Today's video is starting off in a bit of a different location today. As you guys can tell, we're no longer at the shop. We're actually at my house. And I'm glad to say that the 240 is back here with me. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, okay, so did you drive it over or what? And sadly, unfortunately, I didn't, but I'll get into that in just a second here. I'm gonna kind of flip the camera around, guys, show you what we have going on here. It's so nice to see the car back at home. You know, I kind of do miss the shop, but you know, it was coming home regardless, and it was time to just bring it home because you know, I just wanted it back, and now we're pretty much at the point where it's almost ready to drive. At least I thought it was, but we'll get into that in a second, guys. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and let's get going. She's home. She is home. Now let me start off by saying I completely anticipated that I would be driving it back home, like 100%. Unfortunately, fitting the ECU wasn't as easy as I thought. I thought I'd be able to do it myself. You know, just look up a little write-up, a little video online on Nistune, whatever, and I'll be done. And it turns out it wasn't so easy. I didn't have the exact tools. You need like a desoldering iron and all that stuff. So I didn't really have all that stuff around with me. And since it's kind of related to the ECU, well, it is the ECU. I don't really want to mess with it too much because I personally have never done anything, you know, as far as that goes. You know, wiring in a circuit board or whatever you want to call it. You need the desoldering iron, you need to clean up a bunch of stuff, and I don't know, I just really don't want to dive into it and have there be a problem down the line or whatever. So I had someone do it. He's a really good guy. He does all this kind of stuff all the time. He's a tuner. He's a big, huge car guy. So thank you to Rick. I don't know if he's watching, but thank you. Works awesome. Now, like I mentioned, I totally anticipated I'd be driving it home from the shop, you know, driving it actually, and have a sweet first drive video for you guys, because I actually asked for a specific, you know, base startup map, just to basically just start the car up, have it running, drive it to my house, you know, off boost, just kind of a nice easy ride. And unfortunately, I don't think it was. I was supposed to have a tune kind of ready for 750cc injectors as well as the Z32 MAF. It is super sunny out here, so sorry if I'm squinting. But yeah, unfortunately that didn't really work out. So when I was ready to actually, you know, plug the ECU in, once I got it done and everything was complete with the car, which was on Sunday, on Father's Day, went to the shop and I was ready to get everything, you know, fired up and drive it out of there. And unfortunately, it just didn't want to fire. So it just, you know, it was just one of those things. So I pulled the plugs because I was like, okay, so what's going on? Is it just not getting sparks? I thought it was ignition related or whatever, you know, this and that. And they were just soaked in fuel. So I just think the tune wasn't in there, the startup map for the actual, you know, injectors that I had and stuff like that. I think they were just dumping fuel in. But that kind of leads me into my next issue, and that's with the MAF. So let me just bring you guys in. Alright, excuse the messy garage, but yeah, she's back. She is home. She's back at her humble abode. So, you know, like I said, it's just cool to have her back, and I won't have to, you know, travel to the shop. Even though it was kind of on my way back from work, it was nice to just kind of, you know, anytime I want to work on it, I can just come straight from work home and this and that. But like I said, I was pretty much planning for this thing to be done. So that leads me into my second issue. So I think this is a little bit new. Okay, the blue coupler isn't staying, as well as the blue vacuum line for the brake booster. I just want to mention that because I know someone's going to be like, oh, get that blue out of there. It's not staying. One thing I still have to kind of sort out and you know, figure out what I want to do. I want really a nice like overflow can. I don't want anything that's going to be sitting in that stock location. I want to see if I can get something tucked down in the frame rail or on this frame rail, just somewhere out of the way. And then yeah, I also, before we hit any boost, I obviously need to get a little vacuum source from the turbo housing, just so, you know, the boost controller will see how much actual boost it's getting. You know, that's the best spot to put it. I'm probably going to put it on the back side. and then have the line just kind of run. I gotta figure out when to put the boost controller as well. I am gonna work on this autofocus thing, guys. Hopefully I'm gonna try and pay a little bit more attention to the screen as far as just looking at what's in front of me, just to make sure this focus is as good as it can be. But so let me just kind of lead you guys into, and just so you guys can have a better idea as to what the coil packs will kind of look like. They're not mounted yet, but you guys kind of get the idea as to how they will be mounted. And then for this oil line, I've been getting some comments. Yes, I know I never mentioned it, but I will be getting some sort of a heat wrap or something like that, because obviously, you know, that's touching basically down in there. It's just real close to a lot of hot things. So we'll get that sorted out as well. Probably gonna wrap the downpipe as well. But this is all stuff to, you know, sort out once we start hitting some major. Well, first off, I just want to get it running and driving, you know, at least idling perfect. Which is totally doable, but you know, I'm just kind of struggling with this one issue, which happens to be the MAF right here, and it is a Z32 MAF. I'm assured that it's a real one, it's not an eBay knockoff, and it's just not getting any signal. When the key is on, it's supposed to see like 0.6 volts or something like that. When you're cranking, it's supposed to see like 1.1 or something like that, and you know, and whatever, but I don't get anything, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm 95% right that the wiring is correct, but like I said, that's something that, you know, as you guys can see, I base my wiring off of Nistune's website. So it goes from A to E. So A is nothing, B is signal, which is that white wire, and that connects. I'll get to where it goes in a second, and obviously this wiring here is not finished as well, so don't worry about that. It'll all look nice and clean. That right there is a ground, but on Nistune's website it says not to connect it. It says do not connect in bold lettering. So I cut it, and I was like, okay, so that's the way it is. That one also is another ground for the actual harness itself, and there's our there's our 12 volt. That is getting 12 volts of power when the key is on. That isn't getting anything, so I'm really stumped. And obviously no MAF means the car idles kind of, you know, shitty, so we'll have to figure that out. And I have got it running, you know, with Nistune here itself. I'm running a Nistune ECU, and I'm all new to this, so I'm by no means going to be doing like the actual main tune. I will be getting a proper tune done, but I'm trying to get at least like a startup tune done. And I'm not connected right now to the car, but I keep getting a yeah, don't worry about the CAS code. I actually unplugged it to just kind of start the car without it wanting to fire, so I unplugged it, so don't worry about that. But the number 12, that's the code I've been having issue with, and number 21, I'm pretty sure that's just standard when you do the coil pack conversion. That's at least what I've read from a couple people, so I'm not too sure as far as that goes, but I really don't think there's anything wrong with those. They seem to be doing fine. Yeah, so that's basically the issue I'm kind of running into now. I got to get the MAF sorted out, and I checked the pinouts on the ECU. All right, so just to show you guys this wiring here, this white wire, which is B, this is supposed to be signal. This goes into green, and then eventually it'll go into purple right here. So purple all the way back, then leads me to this black wire, which is, this is what the original RB20 harness is. It's a wiring specialties one. So, but then as far as the power, which I know is getting power, this one I tested, it's getting 12 volts. This one goes into purple, which then goes into green. Green all the way here takes me to this white wire. So that's pretty much my wiring. And then this black one here, I'm assuming this big black one I'm assuming it goes to ground, which is what I have it set up to here. So I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So yeah, let me know. You need a wire, and like I said, you need to wire a console port, and I actually snagged mine from a Sentra. I kind of posted it on my Snapchat. If you guys want to keep up to date with the Snapchat, links in description as well as all the other social media stuff, so definitely check those out. Instagram, blah blah blah. So yeah, so that was that. We got that from a Sentra. Let me show you guys what we're working with here. Got the old, yeah, like I said, it's real messy in here. It's kind of a work in progress, and there's not really too much light, but as you guys can see, I tapped my console port here. Obviously the Nistune cable is connected to it right now, but there's like 4 or 5 wires that you got to connect to the receive, the transmit, the clock, power, and ground. So those are all tapped in. That's all working great, and I'm able to connect with Nistune. But I'm able to get it started. You know, I was able to toss in the injector size, which you just do up here in operations. Boom, right there. Resize injectors, change the MAF, and then change that up and change the MAF, which we did. It's all on Z32, and obviously it's not connected right now because I don't have the car turned on. But you know what? Let me go ahead and turn it on. I will show you guys what it does when it tries to start. Like I said, it doesn't want to idle and this and that on its own. I have to have my foot on the gas. And I'm pretty sure that's just because of the MAF sensor. So let me just get myself situated, get the computer in there, get myself hooked up, and then I'll show you guys what happens. Got to start it at least, right? I got to show you guys what it does, just to show that it runs. And for those that are wondering, like, if this is the first start ever of this motor, for me, no, it's not. I had this motor last year and the year before. I've pretty much, the way I bought this car was as a complete bare shell. And no motor. I bought the RB before I even bought the shell, because I got a sweet deal, or I found a local deal, so I was just, I scooped it up instead of waiting for a JDM importer or whatever like that. So, but I'm completely happy with it. It's an RB20 for those that are wondering. And yeah, so this will not be the first start, but it's going to be the first start with bigger injectors, bigger turbo, new intake setup, new all that's, ECU, this and that. So this isn't the first start because I actually did it on my own time because I was just kind of messing with it. But this is going to be the first time you guys see it running this year. So like I said, it's not running mint or cherry or anything like that. I can't say it's I'm happy with it right now. It idles, like I said, with some help. But let me get myself situated. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh. Hold on. Okay, so right here we have our USB that comes in. It's nice and long. Jesus. And then that comes in. And apparently USB ports are serialized. Serialized? Is that the right word? Serialized. So it actually matters as to which one you put it in. If you put it, if you put it in one, you can't put it in the other. You'll have to reinstall the drivers. So this is that. Then you turn the car on to the on position. Ba-boom. Fuel pump's rhyming. I've already blown through like half a tank of fuel just because it's been running super rich. So I've just been blowing through gas here, just kind of getting things sorted out. Then we'll go here to console, right there. Connect, and boom, we're connected. So we have all that stuff there. We want everything, okay. Now I haven't burned any of the map to the ECU, so first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is just upload what we have. And that'll kind of exactly, that'll put in our K constant, total injector multiplier, our latency and all that stuff. And by no means, guys, am I any sort of tuner. This is all new to me. I'm basically just learning off what I see on the internet, what I read, what I see on the write-ups, and Nistune's kind of instruction manual and stuff like that to tune. I'm by no means a professional, but I'm trying to at least get this thing idle. My tuner isn't available till next week, and I could get it done this week, but it's going to be like another, I'll be pretty much paying for 2 tunes because the tune this week would just be for a kind of a base drivable tune, and then from there it would have to be like an actual wide open throttle, full boost, all that stuff. So we will just get ourselves situated here, and I'll kind of show you guys what it does. If it wants to start for me today. So, let's give her a shot. Okay, it's so awesome to hear it running. So, as you guys can see, the TPS right now, I have my foot on the gas. It's supposed to be at 0.5 volts, we're at currently 0.72. And I took it off a little bit, so I have to keep it running, or I have to keep my foot on the gas, otherwise it'll die out. So as you guys can see, my airflow meter, it doesn't read anything. It just doesn't move. So I'm not really sure. If you guys are Nissan guys, I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I'm gonna let her stall out. So basically what I'm having an issue with here, like I said, is the MAF. And also, with the fact that I'm not running an AAC valve, an air idle control valve, or a cold start valve, the car isn't going to want to idle initially for the first about, 10-20 seconds. Well, banana, bit of protein. Or no, potassium. Bit of potassium, Bit of potassium, just chilling. But, so yeah, so that's basically what we're kind of having an issue with right now. So, basically, I'm hoping that once the actual MAF is fixed, I'm going to turn all this off and get myself out of this car. But I'm hoping I'm hoping that once the MAF is fixed, that it'll be good to go. At least that's my hope. So I'm gonna keep messing with it, guys. If you guys know any information as far as any of this stuff, please let me know in the comments below. If you guys are still watching, please hit that thumbs up button. It'd be super sweet of you guys to do that. And then you know, I hope you guys are pumped to actually hear that thing run. It's not obviously running smooth, so don't think it didn't sound at 100%, and I know that. But you know, everything as far as things working and everything like that, it's all working. It just needs tuning. So I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. I really don't know how long this is going to be. I hope it's not too long, but I hope you guys are enjoying these kind of lengthier videos. If you guys want more of like a 5 to 10 minute video instead of these 10 to 20, whatever they are, you know, drop it down in the comments below. I don't want to, you know, spend all this time making these videos and you guys just don't want to sit through the whole thing. So let me know as far as that goes. And then, yeah, we'll just keep on moving with this whole build, guys. I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm just pretty bummed the fact that this MAF isn't, I just don't see how it's not getting signal. I'm just blown away by that. So I'm going to continue to kind of tinker with this thing here and see if I can accomplish anything, or just see if I can just figure out what the problem is here. I'm going to see if I get some emails back from, I'm going to talk to Wiring Specialties and maybe see if Matt replied. It's kind of hard, Matt as in Nistune guy, he's in Australia and I'm here in New York, so it's just kind of a crazy time change. So it's back. I'm super pumped about that. However, there's just a couple bugs we got to sort out, and you know, it kind of bums me out a little bit because, you know, all this time I was just totally ready to just fire it up and just drive it. But, you know, that's sometimes you run into these things, and that's just how it goes with building a car. But you just never give up, guys. Keep on moving. You just keep learning every day. Just take it as a learning experience. And as much as I want to be out there driving it right now, yes, I know it's almost July. You know, it's the way it is. I changed a lot of stuff on this car, guys. I just wanted to bring you guys on this journey with me because there's not too many people as far as kind of taking you through the whole process as far as building a car. I'm not saying this is a show car. I didn't build this to be a show car. It's just a street car, guys. It's just something for me to enjoy. And you know, it's on that we're on the last couple steps. Once we sort out these couple bugs, guys, it's gonna be rad. It's gonna be absolutely epic. I can't believe that it's here. I'm just so happy it's running again. And you know, the fact that it's just a little bit off doesn't make me too mad. It's a bit frustrating just because I totally anticipated things were just gonna work, but sometimes just things don't go as planned. But like I said, keep your head up, keep learning, keep building, and we'll get done here soon, guys. So hopefully in the next couple of videos we'll have the problem sorted out. And like I said, if I'm squinting, I'm sorry, it's just sunny. But yeah, so there you have it, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.